I've been seeing this a lot more than before. And what am I talking about? You know what I'm talking about. The trails, of course. It's blistering hot. The air is stagnant, even though there's wind. It feels extremely uncomfortable outside. I feel a literal internal change that takes place in my mood and my well-being whenever they make the filth that they do, that we still have no solid verifiable explanation for, even though we have a lot of theories, a lot of good theories. Geoengineering Watch, Dane Wigington has some good ones. Heather, what's happening? Just showing people the sky here, how it's absolutely filthy. Looks like Venus, and it's been like this for weeks. And I'm just talking, I notice, I think they have an effect on the mind, okay? My opinion, I think this stuff, whatever it is that they're spraying, I think it affects your mind, and I think it affects your body in a negative way. And entire day or two for it to disperse and actually fall to the ground, whatever it is. But regardless, it's some kind of poison. We all know this, guys. Pen Greedy, what's up? Yeah, exactly. Scott, you got channel 333, you got that right. They're covering something up. That's another reason for them. I don't know if it's true. I saw this weird TikTok the other day. People supposedly saw a face next to the moon. Again, I don't know. It kind of looks fake to me. And they recorded this literally. Yeah, Pen Greedy. Yeah, you feel like shit when they spray heavily. Me too. And you're not too far from me, Pen Greedy. Just outside, and you'll see what I mean. There's just this heavy musk in the air, and you just feel I just feel oppressed. I can't breathe. It just disgusting, heavy, evil feeling whenever they do this. I freaking hate it. It's absolutely abominable. Okay, so before I get into ìpetgoat2, I'll have to be in the lobby for that. On Saturdays, I have the whole place to myself. I can do whatever I want, so that's cool. This dream really messed with me. I don't know if you guys saw the last video, but I'm going to be talking about it, whether you saw it or not. I know I just uploaded it. Some things to discuss, okay? Some things I wanted to clarify. For example, the flying ship. What did it look like? Or the flying car, whatever you want to call it. It looked like a black triangle that we were inside of. You guys remember those videos of the TR-3Bs? Or those black triangular craft, kind of like the Phoenix Lights craft. It kind of looked like that. And it approached this, to get into more detail about this strange opening or this portal. It looked like a square tunnel, basically. So it was just imagine a square door, okay? The square door, when you look inside of it, it actually changes form. It becomes much greater. It becomes far less than just the square door, far more, than just the square door. When you look inside, this entire universe opens up to you. And it was really strange and trippy to look at. Because the way I was seeing it in the dream was that it looked like hordes and hordes of information, just monumental amounts, quadrillions of numbers, basically, just kind of all intertwined, interwoven into one kind of circular pattern. It was so bizarre. But it also, in that, I saw actual like realities playing out, or like things like life, whatever. Okay, Kavira, vividly conscious. Yeah, like I said before, I'm pretty sure you are actually conscious, and this is actually happening to you. Pretty certain of that. Now, here's the disturbing thing about this dream, guys. Okay, so you guys know full well I'm not one to believe that we're trapped and we're screwed and there's no hope or anything like that. One of my most viewed video is just about that privy to the soul reincarnation trap theory. But there is a button here, and the but is, since the Mandela effect, people have noticed this reality is completely different. So, like I've said before, and I will say this again, wherever we are, we're not in the same place that we were in before, and therefore, I can't possibly quantify what this is. I don't know. Could it be really that sinister and that ridiculous that we're inside of a building? You know what? That would not shock me anymore. Go out at night, look at the sky, look at the clouds, just look at the overall atmosphere, the way people behave, the way things are. It is simulator-like, very much, and it's becoming increasingly more simulator-like. And why is it really that far-fetched to think that you have some futuristic city with technology a million years of our own, a million years ahead, that can create entire universes inside of a building? I mean, is that really out of the question? Because I don't think so. I think that it's possible. And to continue, Loyalty, what's up? I saw those craft when I first became aware of the Mandela effect. Interesting. The vivid consciousness, it just means that you're hyper aware, that you're more aware than a normal person, in that what's going on is more than just a dream. That's what I think. So let's talk about, in the dream, the two Mediterranean men. Now, it's interesting that they look like that, because what do you think of when you think of Mediterranean men with beards? Jesus, right? So it's interesting that there's two of them, and they kind of look like twins, actually. They really did look like twins, and they had this presence of tremendous authority. They were in a place, their reality was pristine. It resembled nothing like that sort of dystopian city that I saw. And they were kind of just, I had this feeling like they owned the universe in the building. They were the owners and overlords of it. I don't even feel like we're in the time we think we are, and that we're in deep. Yeah, right, exactly. That's another thing. That's another possibility, and that's what another thing that could have happened, is that we jumped ahead into a distant future in which we transitioned from a normal, organic, proper universe, if you could call it that, and we shifted into a simulation of it. And that's really scary to think about. How did we consent to such a thing? You know, do we even, it just brings up so many moral and ethical problems. And frankly, it probably is a crime that happened. Was one a redhead and the other blonde, the twins? No. They both literally look like kind of medium build, thin, or kind of thinner side, black beards, very black hair, and olive skin. Just really kind of your standard representation of a Mediterranean man. If it is as ridiculous as that sounds, that's the only thing I could describe them as. But no, there's no redhead that I saw. But I don't know who they were. Like, and it's kind of just comical to me in general that I was in this room with people and granted this authority to hack this system, right? Like, which is funny to me because in this reality, I know nothing about computers and I know only the most basic stuff. So if there's any reality to that dream, then that's just kind of funny to me. And someone also asked me, Dan asked me if the predator being looked at me, and it did not look right at me. I saw it very clearly, though. I saw it walking, actually, walking away from that building, and it had a mask, right? It had that very similar looking metallic mask that you see in the movie, and it's just weird. And I did also mention in the comments in that video my stepdad being the one who, quote unquote, iced those individuals. My stepdad is an interesting character himself. He is part of like the original Plymouth Rock Americans, like the Mayflower that first landed here. He could literally trace his family lineage back that far, right to the beginning of the first colony in Massachusetts. I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. I just thought that was interesting. His last name, Fleury, can be traced back all the way back then. Anywho, now that I've discussed the dream, I'm going to flip this around. And we go back to the cartoon. Now, I mentioned that hasn't been Mandela affected. Gotta back up here. I have a giant ass screen here. Maybe. Look very carefully at these men in suits. Now look after this. Keep in mind, I wanted to mention this, 12 by 15. They're 12 by 15. And if this is December, before I go into this, interesting to note here, this could be interpreted as December. Let me get my trusty pointy stick. Right here, December. December 13th, A3, D13, shark attack in the water. I don't know. Just food for thought. I have no idea if that's true. But one thing I didn't notice before is I've actually counted the petals in the lotus flower. And counting the petals, what you have is in the inside here, 12, just like there's 12 kids in the classroom. And these outer petals, there's 25 of them. I don't know. then again, I mentioned this a million times before, the DW could be December 23rd, or to exit, or December 2023. December 2023. Rabbit looking in that direction. The crater in December after Israel, November, October. Apple is going in that direction as well. So 1213, shark attack. 1215, some kind of explosive event right here at 1215. And then 1225, the main event. Now, do I think that's going to happen? No, because we're always wrong. We're always wrong, guys. But I just wanted to throw it out there. Just because why not? For shits and giggles. And look, do these look like men in suits to you now? Now I thought, okay, maybe they just didn't put attention to detail. Maybe they just disregarded putting attention to every individual figure, right? Wrong. Every single frame has the minutest amount of detail in it. And if you look carefully, each of these men are unique. They all have different heights. Look, they have different heights, they have different facial features. By the way, story about this ring, some strange lady from Iraq gave it to me some years back. It's a long story, I'll get into it later. And do they look like men in suits anymore? Because to me, they don't. They kind of look like priests. You said that they turned from their original position. Yeah, loyalty. That's why I think it's a possibility this might have been Mandela affected, because I remember, as well as my friend Dan, that they were still men in suits zoomed out. I don't know what they are now, but they look like maybe Catholic priests or bishops, or like the standard attire you would see a monk would wear in a monastery. And God knows I've been to quite a few monasteries, right? And that's what they look like to me now. So that's interesting though, right? So it kind of is symbolic of a disintegration of a system of finance and a system of religion, right? If that's what this is. Finance dead, explodes away. Religion dead, explodes away. Because the hero's coming, right? The hero, yay! He's gonna get rid of all that because he's a hero. He loves you. Anywho, pretty much what I wanted to discuss. What you think of this death of Pisces? Interesting. What do you think of the buildings, that universe? Is really intriguing to me and bothersome. Let's see, and also let's see if it is this December. Probably not, but if it is, damn, well, that sucks.